Hey everyone, welcome to AtlasCollectables.com. My name is Scott, and we got a standard league for you today with a deck that has kind of lost some momentum ever since World. Worlds was kind of the tournament where this deck kind of broke out, and it's evolved slightly since then. So we got blue-black control here, and the reason I think this is such a good deck at the moment is because of the overwhelming presence of Teamer Energy. So Teamer Energy, or just energy in general. So Teamer Energy, Sultai Energy, 4-color energy, anything that is a largely creature-based strategy, this main deck is very well configured for. So we'll quickly talk about the deck, and then we'll get into a leak. One of the changes that I myself like is the removal of 1 land. So everybody had unanimously decided that 26 lands was the correct number to play in this deck, and I thought that was a little too many. I dropped down to, but like in those 26 lands, they were playing 4 copies of Evolving Wilds as a way to trigger Revolt on Fatal Push, which is completely understandable. I cut it down to 2 copies of Evolving Wilds, 2 copies of Field of Ruin for rival Search for Ascantas or Legion's Landings, 13 basics, then your standard 4-fetid pools, 4 drowned catacombs. Then we have our counterspell suite for main board. 4 disallows, extremely powerful card. Censor, very good early, and it's nice to filter your draws a little later on. Essence Scatter, I think, is the most important counterspell in the deck. In the main, because as I said, the presence of Teamer Energy, Sultai Energy, 4-color energy, just huge creature-based strategies, and to a lesser extent ramming up red. Sometimes they can get on the board a little bit quicker than you can to set up an Essence Scatter, but it's very good to grab a 3-drop, the on-crop crashers or Hazarets. Then we have our removal suite, so blue-black counter removal seems pretty obvious at this point. 3 copies of Vraska's Contempt. Incidental life gain is nice against ramming up red, but really its purpose is to take care of some big threats, some planeswalkers from Teamer Energy, and then from Sultai and 4-color energy, it takes care of its permanent answer to the Scarab God. Essence Extraction is a nice main board hedge against ramming up red. Can provide a little incidental life gain if Teamer Energy is on the play and gets out to a blistering start. Fatal Push, for obvious reasons, fantastic removal spell, gets rid of some early threats. It's a way that we can go Swamp Go. They play a 1-drop. When we're on the play, we just Fatal Push and then have Essence Scatter up next turn, which is so far ahead. Consigned to Oblivion was an addition of mine that was a concession to how bad of a matchup this deck is against the Anointed Procession Hidden Stockpile decks. Just absolutely atrocious matchup pre-board. If you can manage to find the Consigned to Oblivion to take care of one of the problematic enchantments in order to leave up your disallows, your Torrential Gearhulks to flash back your disallows to take care of the enchantment, then you do have a chance pre-board. This is also very good against Hazaret. It's another removal spell for Hazaret, and then later on in the game your opponent's got 2 cards in hand, flash this back, get rid of them, and then you know what your opponent's working with. You can also, I don't think I've ever done this before, but you can flashback, you can Torrential Gearhulk flashback the Oblivion part to instant speed, make them discard 2 cards. And we have our card advantage engines. Hieroglyphic Illumination. Opt was 2 copies of Opt was an addition because we're dropping down to 25 lands. Just provides a little bit more filtering, a little bit more card selection. Search is probably the best card in the deck. This card is absolutely amazing. I found that 3 copies was a little too much Sometimes you get caught. I've actually gotten caught with one on the battlefield flipped, one on the battlefield unflipped, and then one in my hand. That's not something I like. 2 copies is great. If you got one flipped on the battlefield and then one unflipped, that's fantastic. Then you don't actually have to worry about drawing another one again. And then our win conditions. So right here we have counter, 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 kill, kill, kill. Little bit of advantage, and here the torrential gear hulk is where you get a lot of advantage. Flashback anything you need at the time, and then Scarab God when you have fairly self-explanatory. This card's absolutely nuts. Probably one of the best cards in Standard, or one of the best cards Standard has actually ever seen, or has seen in a long time. Get it on the battlefield once you have enough mana, and then reanimate whatever creature you need to. We'll quickly talk about the sideboard. We have we have 5 cards here that we like to bring in against Teamer Energy. Sometimes you'd like to bring in the Duress too if you suspect that they're going to be sideboarding into a very heavy control version. But for the most part, this is what you want. They tend to bring in some counter magic and some planeswalkers, which this takes care of. And if they get on the board to the point where it's going to be hard for you to catch back up, Bonte's Last Reckoning is a decent, I'm not going to say great because it's not, a decent way to catch back up. We have our mirror package right here. Not too much to bring in against the mirror. You're pretty okay with that. You also bring in negate too, just as a side note. So you trim a bunch of removal, bring in these 6 cards, and you're good to go. Ramming Up Red, 4 cards in, 4 cards out. Fairly simple. Everything's got life gain attached to it. And now these are for the matchups where you got problematic artifacts, and the only one that I could think of was the God Pharaoh's Gift decks. Did finish second at the Pro Tour, so the deck isn't long gone, or isn't gone by any stretch. So could run into that. And Dispossess is just a permanent way to keep God Pharaoh's Gift off the board. And I tested it out and I like it a lot better than some people were. I've seen some lists with Deadeye Tracker or the Crook of Condemnation. Archfiend of Ifnir. I only wanted one truly dedicated sideboard card towards the tokens matchup because it's just so terrible. So the best way to beat that matchup is to bring in your negates, hope you can counter the early enchantments, and then Archfiend of Ifnir is a great way to take care of those tokens. You do have 12 cycling cards in your deck, so it's not the ability is in fact the most important part. Alright, that is the deck. See if we can get some chests out of this league, and we will see you guys in round 1. Hey everyone, welcome to round 1, blue-black control. And this hand is, wow, very borderline. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. We got 2 cycling cards, but I still think it's correct to mulligan, even on the draw. This isn't great, but it's okay. No, not right now. Okay. Alright. Leave up Fatal Push, I guess. Looks like we're against Teamer Energy. Should be a favorable matchup. Especially when all I draw is Essence Scatters. That's interesting. No place through turn 3. Alright. I would like to draw Hieroglyphic Illumination. Is probably the best draw in my deck. I will counter that all day. If he had played like a Servant of the Conduit, I probably would have just let it go. Opt is nice. Rebound Craig for our opponent. And yeah, we'll just Essence Scatter it. We already have our land drop for next turn. And we just got another one, so we're fine, we're fine. Ether Hub. So I can let that resolve, and in response to the trigger, I can blow it up. If his follow-up play, if he has a follow-up play of Long Tusk Hub, then that is bad for me. So I think I'm just going to disallow it. Can't draw any of our card draw. Now the question is, do we end step Torrential Gearhulk for Opt? And part of me really wants to, because Harness Lightning does not kill Torrential Gearhulk. The only thing that kills Torrential Gearhulk is a Braid. Yes, of course, I would like to cast Opt. Sure. Okay, so he does have the Abrade. Oh my goodness, lands for days. Cycle Fetid Pools. Alright, it's not terrible. Most things that come down we can Essence Extract. Okay. Disallow is not a bad draw. That lets us deal with the Glorybringer. But in response, the most triggers were good for Essence Extraction in this matchup. Sensor's fine. Actually, I'll cycle it here in case it's a land. Or that's way better. That was probably the best draw we could have asked for. Well, that's not gonna happen. Holy, I did not expect that. No, I'll draw that. Yes, we'll transform search. So, yeah, I just play this. And I'll leave up Trench with Gear Hulk. And what's the best way to answer that? If he's got another one, that's just the nuts. And we'll essence scatter. It's 5 mana to embalm. Sure. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what he does here. Pretty sure he's probably just gonna embalm Vizier Many Faces, which is fine. I'll let that happen. You can get back here, Braid, and kill my Gear Hulk, I don't care. I think I'm just gonna Oblivion him next turn. So I'll do this. I'll activate search. Okay. And he's done. That's a good start. Let's see what we got for sideboarding options here. See, now there's a couple of ways that this deck can go. So they can go the more controlling route, or just bring in like a few counter spells. So I do like 2 copies of Bontu's Last Reckoning instead of the Essence Extractions, especially on the draw. Fatal Pushes are okay. I like trimming 1, because you do need them for Cub. Vraska's Contempt is fine, especially now that I know they have Nicol Bolas, so I'm going to keep on all 3 copies. Essence Scatter is great. I can see bringing in either the 3 Negates or the 2 Duresses. think on the play I'd rather have duresses. On the draw I'd rather have negates. Does that seem right? Might not be correct though. Based on what I saw that game, I think I'm going to trim a sensor and add 2 duresses. I think that should be good. Sand seems alright. It's nothing special. We'll go ahead and keep it though. There, 1 copy of Blooming Marsh. No attune with ether, so that's good. Play the island, and we'll opt end of turn. Sure. There's worse things they could have played on turn 2. I do think I want that. It represents my second black source without actually having to play an Evolving Wilds. That's a good draw. Pass the turn. Sure. I'm going to cycle one of these now. And I'm going to cycle the second one too. I do have a hard counter spell next turn in Disallow. And now I have a second one. I actually feel pretty okay. Much better than where we were before. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen. That card is just too much value. If he's got a negate here, that's fine. Okay. There are way worse things he could have negated. I will take that all day. Okay, so depending on what he can play here, we got a couple of options. We can either hieroglyphic illumination end of turn, if what he plays isn't terrible. We can also disallow and opt. That's fine. Excuse me. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. You got a counter? No, just lets it go. Perfect. These are decent draws. Well, I definitely want to play Search, so that's gonna happen. I think it's better than leaving up Hieroglyphic Illumination. We are on a 2-turn clock though, so that's something to be aware of. I got a couple of shots at finding a Bantu's Last Reckoning. Yep. Bottom. Fatal Push is nice. I think I'll cycle Illumination. See what we hit. Fetid pools. Yeah, we'll put Swamp in the graveyard. Yes, we'll transform search. Another Fetid pools. I'm gonna play Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. We'll see what happens here. Well, fetch here. Grab another island. And we'll push the Rogue Refiner. Sure. Yeah, I'll go to 2 here. This isn't just over, it's pretty close though. I do have enough mana to Hyro and Bontu's Last Reckoning, so I am going to hang on to this Hyro. Torrential Gearhulk, that is nice. The issue with Torrential Gearhulk is if they have a Braid, I'm toast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't leave up Disallow. Well, I think my best option here is to search and try to find Bontu's Last Reckoning. Vraska's Contempt keeps me alive. If they have Glorybringer, I die. I'll make him have it here. If they got a negate, that's fine. Did I get it ready? Oh, very nice. Yeah, okay, so either way, either out that I took, I was going to lose. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Alright, we'll head back to sideboarding. Do I want negates to combat their negates? I think I do. I think I'd rather have the negates compared to the duresses. Let's play it like this. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, this is fine. It's not spectacular. I'm gonna need another mana source. Attune? Of course. Can't wait till that card gets banned. Why am I so much lower on time than my opponent? We'll bottom that. Looking for a land. There's a land. It's not a spectacular one, but it is one nonetheless. And that was a great draw. I would like to pseudo scry into a blue source so I could have a disallow and then hieroglyphic illumination, and then hopefully by then I got enough lands to Trench with Gear Hulk and so on and so forth. Cruise our way to victory. Yes, I will put that into my graveyard. It's exactly what I was looking for. See, this is very interesting. Yeah, I think I just counter it. I think I'm supposed to counter it. Yeah, I'll put the island into my graveyard. Okay, so now I have a couple of options. I can hieroglyphic illumination end of turn if my opponent doesn't play anything. I can censor a bristling hydra, which would be nice. Huh. That's this is way better actually. Man, that feels great. And it makes me happy I brought in the negates as well. Swamp. No, I won't put swamp in the graveyard. I think I need to hit my land drops. Interesting. I'm trying to convince myself not to slam the Scarab God here. So, if I play the Scarab God, he goes blue mana confiscation coup, I pretty much just die. However, if I force him to answer it, I get another draw step to find something, because as of right now I'm saying go and I'm gonna hieroglyphic illumination. I'm gonna pass. Either way, I'll get the flip search next turn if I want to. Well, that's fine. I'll probably go get an island here. If he plays Bristling Hydra, it's not the end of the world. Oh. Oh, well, is this best? This is best case scenario. He may negate this, but it's not a huge... It's not terrible if that's what they have. Okay, that's fine. Because I'm going to flip search anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So now I have Trench with Gear Hulk, counter whatever, Trench with Gear Hulk, draw 2, or just Essence Scatter, activate search. And I'm going to choose Trench with Gear Hulk. Flashback hieroglyphic illumination. Yes. I don't know why the default is no. Oh, awesome. This is great. And now I'm pretty much just going to beat forever. Say go, counter anything and everything they play. Activate search when I can. I'll take Hyro. Any order. What's happening here? A braid? Sure, that is okay. And I'm gonna destroy this root-bound Craig. And I'm gonna go get another blue source. I'm fine with this. That's fine. Play Fetid Pools, pass the turn. One more mana and I can play Scarab God and leave up Treacher Gearhulk activation. Let's just Hyro here. Oops, that's not what I want. Cool. So I can go Scarab God. He's got three cards in hand. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Sure. Can I afford to opt first? Yeah, opt 1, 2, 3. Opt 1, 2, 3, and then I got 4. Okay, yeah, so I can opt first. Bottom. Fetid Pools. Bontu's Last Reckoning is not spectacular. Like, I wish it was, but it's just not. He's only got one card in hand. Alright. Alright. Your worst. Please don't be Ob Nixilis. It's Ob Nixilis. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Sure. No, I need to... Okay, that's good, 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 good. He can't counter anything. Perfect. Alright. Back in it. Oh, and the concession. That was rough. I'm not gonna lie. We got pretty lucky. I'm not sure if countering the Deathguard Scavenger was the correct play. In hindsight, I shouldn't have. I should just let it resolve, let him do whatever, and then just start reanimating stuff from the yard and then disallow the confiscation coup. But anyway, a nice search into Vraska's Contempt and a Top deck Trencher Gearhawk is what won us the game there. Alright, we'll see you guys in round. Hey, welcome to round 2. Blue back control, we won the die roll. We will take the play. And I'm gonna reluctantly keep this because it's got some early interaction. But I'm questioning the late game or the longer game integrity of this hand. This hand needs some help, not gonna lie. But you know, you don't play blue back control to mulligan turn 2 Essence Scatter, so our opponent is in the tank. So ideally, I'd like to play Sideboard, say go, draw land, Catacombs, censor something, play the land, Essence Scatter / disallow, depending on what our opponent's on, play a land, draw Hieroglyphic Elimination, let something resolve, kill it with Essence Extraction, keep some life, on the path toward victory. Opponent mulligan to 6, and it looks like they kept, and we are ready to go. Feather pools, pass turn. Our opponent is going to go Forest into Attune with the Ether. I was so close. Well, that's not what I was looking for. If our opponent plays Servant of the Conduit, no, that's not happening. I will censor that. Alright. And land. Beautiful. It's great. It's exactly what I was hoping for. If I'd known that was going to happen, no, I still would have played it the exact same way. And Rogue Refiner for our opponent. Yeah, I'm just going to Essence Scatter it. Crap. Oh, can't be missing land drops. I have nice cards in hand. This is a nice hand, but I would gladly exchange this for Vraska's Contempt or an Essence Extraction for a land. Not Disallow. Disallow is fantastic. Are they just jamming? Oh, Rogue Refinery. Yeah, I like that our opponent is just on 3 cards. I like to keep them off card draw. If that was a Warlord Virtuoso, I may have let it resolve. Alright. Well, this is not going well. Okay. I think I do cycle Illumination here. Gotta make sure I hit these land drops. Perfect. Great. So we'll play Drawn Catacomb, pass the turn. This is to leave up Vraska's Contempt if he, let's say he plays a Glorybringer or something, I can just take care of it. I'd rather save the Disallow for what could be a Nicol Bolas or a Chandra or a... Oh, man. Alright, I'm going to let this one resolve. Awesome. So another land, and we have Torrential Gearhulk, Flashback, Hieroglyphic Illumination. Wouldn't mind a search for Escanta either. Opponent's on 4 cards. What is the other side of... So he can't destroy anything. He can just... The worst he can do is create a 2/2 pirate. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Like I said, if he lands a Bristling Hydra, it's really bad for me. So I'll let him have his pirate. He's only on 2 cards. And I'm going to Vraska's Contempt. Vraska. It's kind of a flavor fail, but a good play nonetheless. Okay. Alright. I am okay with this. I'll take a hit from the pirate. If he's on 0 action, I can Hyro. Like Hyro's probably going to be good. I got 4 Fatal Pushes in the deck. I'll find one before this pirate kills me. That is an annoying card. It's a very annoying card. I am going to let it resolve. Sure. If you place an Ether Hub out for this, I'm going to snipe the Virtuoso. Okay. Okay. Sensor is very bad now, so I may as well just go ahead and cycle it. Okay. Well, I have some options here. And the one I like the most involves Essence Extraction and Disallow. Because I got to take care of this Whirler Virtuoso. Okay, that's one. Alright. That's not going to happen. Okay. He's probably going to make another Thopter here. I don't take any damage. Okay. like the idea of countering whatever he plays with Torrential Gearhulk, and if he doesn't play anything, I'll still flash it in and draw 2 cards. Okay. He most likely has a Braid, which is why I'm going to draw 2, because I gotta keep my action flowing. This he's got Essence Scatter, in which case I just get punked, but what can you do? That wasn't the case. Excuse me. Yes, I will cast Hieroglyphic Illumination Moto. Awesome. Holy smokes. And he's got nothing. Okay, well, I'm going to play Search this turn. And I'll take a turn off of that. I'll get in for 5. I have 5 mana. I can play Censor, I can cycle Censor, I can play 3 spells. I suddenly feel pretty good about where I'm at. Yeah, I have no reason not to do this. If he plays Vraska, I think the play is Cycle Censor and hope to hit Disallow. Sure. Yeah, I'll let that happen. And Harness Lightning? Yeah, that's fine too. Is that really the best you had? I really like my chances if that's what's going on here. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'll just kill one of these Thopters. Alright, Scarab God, Field of Ruin. Yeah, I'll throw that in my graveyard. And I'll flip, and I'll draw Torrential Gearhulk. Well, this is just fantastic. So now I can actually flash in Gearhulk, do some shenanigans, and leave up Essence Scatter. Awesome. I feel very good about where we're at. Awesome. Good, keep hitting those land drops. I really cannot imagine losing this game. I do have lethal next turn. And Torrential Gearhulk, end of turn. To probably Fatal Push. I'll just use Essence Extraction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I will Essence Extraction. Thopter token. And game. Cut to Ribbons is a new one. But okay, so I've learned my lesson. So 2 Censors out. 1 Fatal Push out for 3 negates. Okay. Then 1 Essence Extraction and 1 Consign to Oblivion for 2 Bantu's Last Reckoning. And I think we're good to go. Yeah, so as I said before, with blue-black control, I've always found it to have a pretty favorable matchup against the teamer energy decks, which is why with all the team energy floating around, I really think this is a pretty good deck to choose. It struggles mightily against the hidden stockpile, anointed procession tokens deck. That is a very, very hard matchup to win. You basically bring in dresses and negates and hope you hit the early stuff, and then when they land that crap anyway, hopefully you find your Archfiend of Ifnir and your one of 12 cycling cards. Our opponent is deep in the tank with sideboarding. If they go into a super like teamer, almost teamer control-y style deck, it's very, very hard to beat. Yeah, this seems fine. Opponent's mulliganing. Attune with Ether, as per usual. There's F6 through this turn. We lead on Swamp. Fatal Push their either Cub or their Servant. Hopefully censor their 3-drop. Then I have Disallow, and then hopefully by that point I'll have enough for Hieroglyphic Illumination. It's a pretty sweet curve. If I draw half decently, I should be in pretty good shape. Two negates might be a little much. Yeah, that's getting censored. That's a nice censor target. 4 cards in hand for our opponent. Well, we haven't bricked on a few lands, so that's kind of rough. I'm kind of hoping I don't have to use a counterspell here. I guessed wrong. Okay. Still not a huge deal. I can opt for a land, or just, find one naturally. It works too. If I can negate something here, great. Is he going to jam Glorybringer into 4 open mana? Chandra. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's fantastic. Fantastic. We will opt. Do I want another one? I don't think I do. Not when he's got 2 cards in hand. I'd rather find a land. And I did not. That's okay. I found just 2 more pretty great counter spells. It's like an Essence Scatter, have up negate. It's pretty good. Man, I got a cough going today. What do we got here? or the Virtuoso. Well, if I didn't let the others resolve, I'm not going to let this one. Yeah, not happening. I'll put you down to 1 card. Awesome. Now I have Fatal Push Hyro or Disallow if what he's got is, if what he's looking for is land Vraska. Deathgord Scavenger, eh? I don't think that bothers me enough to counter it. I learned my lesson from last time. This is not a real threat I need to counter. Yeah, sure, you can eat my Disallow. Cool. Ah. Alright. No attacks, eh? Alright. Oh, he didn't want it to. Okay, so he doesn't have an answer for Torrential Gearhulk, which is nice. Oh, God. Another Hyro, eh? Evolving Wild's great. That's what I wanted. Sure, either hub. Awesome. Cool. So, Deathgord Scavenger didn't do too much damage. What I really need, though... Oh, what do you have? Post-combat Glorybringer, eh? Okay, I'll disallow that. Field of Ruin. Oh, man. Okay. So if I need a counterspell for... Okay. I'll play the Swamp. Man, maybe I should have played Field of Ruins. Okay, that's alright. I am going to cycle Fetid Pools, though. Wouldn't mind my opponent drawing some land for a couple of turns. Because my draws have not been spectacular. I've drawn all 4 of my Hyros, which have drawn me into 0 action. Okay. I did draw the negate, so I would have been fine for Vraska. Try more land, eh? Jeez. Oh no, what is happening? this is going rare. Crud. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. I am, in fact, in trouble. Search. Well, that doesn't do anything. That means I lose. Well, I'll make my opponent attack into it. That was a really pathetic set of draws. Yeah. Nothing I can do, eh? Yeah. Alright. Jeez. Those were some very below average draws, especially since I drew and cast all 4 Hyros. Yeah, like, I mean, this is fine. Gonna run it back. Maybe it's correct to cut the 2 ops and maybe negate for 3 gifted ether boards. Nah, I think this is fine. This worked pretty well last time. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, this is fine. It's not spectacular, but it does have turn 2 search, which I'm not gonna complain about. Our opponent is mulliganing again. 6 cards. Play swamp, say go. Alright. No attune, that's weird. Fetid pools, drown catacomb, we'll play search for Scanta. And we'll pass turn. Servant of the Conduit. Okay, there could be worse. No, I want to draw that. I think my goal is to just draw as many cards as I can. Try to dig towards a Batu/Reckoning. If he tries to go for a Chandra here, that's great. Yeah, that's fine. I got land drops for a while, so I'm okay with not flipping search. Is he stuck? No, he's got lands. Alright. Wonderful. Now the unfortunate part is now he gets to bash me for 6 here. Yeah. Alright. This isn't good. I think at some point, yeah, I'm on a two-turn clock, which is really unfortunate. Deathguard Scavenger is an annoying card. If he plays a creature here, I might just let it resolve, unless it's a Glorybringer. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Oh, he gets plus. Oh, it's landed. Okay. Sure. I'm going to cast Hyro. If I draw Fatal Push, it saves me 2 damage. They might be thinking about negating this, which I believe they should. Awesome. Alright, I will let this go. Good. They didn't have a follow-up. Yeah, I will put an island into my graveyard. Essence Scatter is great. Good. Alright. Back into this to a degree. At some point I will have to deal with this Servant of the Conduit. Six, 7 mana. Yeah, I'll take it. I wonder if he has... Ooh. No, I'm gonna hang on to that. think I disallow this. I am kind of tight on mana. Sure. Yeah, I am going to put it in my graveyard. Okay, good. I mean, it's not spectacular, but I can take another hit off this servant before I get worried. I would like to counter something here, though. Gonna essence scatter this. I would have let a Warlord Virtuoso resolve. Nice. Okay, so he plays his island. He's got one card in hand. And it could be a confiscation coup. Oh, jeez, really? No. Nope. I will kill this thing right now. Okay. Your 2 cards versus my 3 cards. And I have Search. Supreme Wheel? Yep, I'll just let that resolve. I can counter anything you play. Yeah, I'm gonna disallow that. No. Please don't be a Glorybringer. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Well, I have to do this. Sure. Wow, that was a nice draw. That was such a nice draw. This is a tight game. Yeah, I gotta let that resolve, unfortunately. Yep, that resolves. Okay, those were two pretty good draws on his part, but I'm going to kill this. And I can take a hit off the refiner. Yikes. Alright. We'll see. We'll see what needs to be done here, depending on what they draw. Oh no. Okay, that's good. Good, good, good. Evolving Wilds. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pop this now. Back up to 7. And he just keeps drawing action. That's unbelievable. Okay, cycle, sure. I'm gonna keep digging. The reason I fetched there is 2 of my 3 fatal pushes are gone. Actually, scratch that. All three are in the yard. So the Essence Scatter is nice. All right, finally drew a land for turn. I would like a Hyro here. Awesome. Asking you shall receive. Okay, let's start. This is gonna start to matter soon, so we'll play Hyro. Okay, that's fine. Oh boy, here come all the Hyros. So I gotta find a win condition soon. I'm only 4. Maybe I shouldn't have played the search. Oh, we're gonna Essence Scatter that. Alright. Oh boy. Yes. No. Evolving Wilds, really? Okay, we'll activate search. I'm going to keep that to a minimum though coming up. Essence Scatter. No. No. Okay, I feel pretty good now. all kinds of protection. So it's on him to if I don't talk too much in the next 3 minutes, it's because I'm really trying to keep to the clock here. Okay, sensor is really bad. 2 more attacks. Crud. Alright. No! Oh no. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is not good. This is really not good. Oh shoot. I think I'm done. Oh no. Crap, please tell me there was no count. Oh, there was too. Shoot. I'm panicking now, unfortunately. Darn. I should have had this win. Now he can make 5 Thopters. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going to transform this to save my time. I still think I'm okay. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to win this game. And I got there. Awesome. Holy smokes, that was close. I was playing pretty loose there, didn't really think about the cycling option on the fetid pools just because I was so close to running out of time. But you know what, magic, sometimes you gotta recover from bad mistakes, and that's what happened there. Alright, hey everyone, welcome to round 3. We're on the play. Yeah, this seems fine. Keep this. Not thrilled about it. Let's see, can we make our 3rd match in a row? against Teamer. Ho ho, it is. I don't know, if they get a swamp here I might be a little suspicious that it's Sultai, but it is in fact a mountain, so sounds good. Evolving Wilds. Yep, seems good. It's a great draw, I think. We can Fatal Push whatever they decide to play here. Hopefully it's a Long Tusk Cub. But it's not, it's a Servant of the Conduit. Sure, you can have your energy. Go ahead and push. There's no real reason to crack this Evolving Wilds right now, so I'm actually just gonna leave it uncracked. Now I kinda wish I cracked it, but what can you do? I'll probably crack it this turn regardless. If they play a Whirler Virtuoso this turn, I'll let it resolve. A Rogue Refiner, on the other hand, I'm going to counter. Or am I? Yeah, we'll let it resolve. Playing this slightly differently because I actually had a Revolt available to me. Disallows a nice draw. But again, I would have rather had a land. Missing land drops is not what you want to do with this deck. I'm going to disallow this. It's a better, more efficient use of my mana. If I draw a land, I have up Consign to Oblivion as well as Essence Scatter. I did not draw a land, but now I do have Essence Scatter plus Fatal Push. Yeah, this one I'm going to Essence Scatter. Land and Long Tusk Cub, or Tomb with Ether, alright. So Mountain in hand, 3 unknowns, land, sweet. Only thing more perfect would be is if I had a Hieroglyphic Illumination, but I do not. Ooh, that's a good sign. Perfect. I think we'll just Fatal Push. No reason to show our opponent the Consign to Oblivion at this point, and I'd rather just push it. Land. Or Hieroglyphic Illumination, I'll take that. Oh, pretty much the worst draw in our deck. Yeah, this deck does not do well breaking on lands. It needs to make its land drops in order to survive, especially against a deck as powerful as Teamer. Now that being said, they do have a mountain in hand, and presumably at least one Harness Lightning. And I don't know, it could be anything else. Opponent stalled on his upkeep for some reason. Opponent still stalled on his upkeep. If I do draw a land next turn, I think I will just slam Scarab God. If our opponent tries to Confiscation Coup it, we can always return it to our hand with Consign to Oblivion. Our opponent's still in the tank on their upkeep. What could they be thinking of? Glory Bearing would be a really bad draw for us. Then I'd be forced to use my Consign to Oblivion. There we go. Alright, draws our 4th card. Cycle, good sign. So, Mountain, probably a Harness Lightning, maybe a Confiscation Coup, and whatever they drew for turn. Ether Hub, so still a Mountain in hand. Okay, sure. Yeah, I think we'll just draw, see what we get here. Opt, sure. Not terrible, not terrible. Bottom. Okay. This is still not great. But hopefully our opponent dumps a ton of energy. Okay, there goes that mountain that we knew about. Okay, didn't dump too much into it, but I'll take it. They went right to their end step, didn't even replay the Long Tusk Cub? Okay. Well, I guess that's what happens with Moto sometimes. I'm just going to pass here. Another land, Cub, I could counter it. But I think I'll let that one resolve because I have Torrential Gearhulk in hand to flashback Fatal Push. 2 cards in hand. Vraska's Contempt, okay. So if I play Field of Ruin, I can Oblivion here. Make my opponent discard their last 2 cards. Alternatively, I can play Fetid Pools. Leave up Vraska's Contempt and Essence Scatter. I think I like that better. Okay, I'll take a hit for 2. Three cards in hand, eh? Okay, we'll just kill this now. And now we have Torrential Gearhulk. Well, I'm just going to draw with Torrential Gearhulk then. They can burn a Harness Lightning on it if they want. And or an Abrade. need to get some action going here. Yep. Okay, so it wasn't a braid. Cast illumination. Awesome. Great. So I can make them, yeah, I'll probably oblivion them now. Cool. One card, I have Essence Scatter. I really do think they have a Confiscation Coup in hand. Yeah, that's getting scattered. Okay. I think I'm fine just waiting for now. Yeah, I'll counter that. I will illumination. Okay. Awesome. Now I'll play the Scarab God. I'll just reanimate the Gear Hulk. Oh, okay. So their last card was the thing. I'm actually surprised we kind of pulled out that win, especially because of how poor our early draw was. But our opponents was really bad too, considering all they drew was land for some time. As per usual, Bantu's Last Reckoning. We'll cut one Essence Extraction. One, actually, you know what? This time we'll keep this in, and we'll go down a search. And the reason for that is, this is just on the play, or sorry, on the draw. And the reason for that is they can get out to a really aggressive start. And playing search on 2 is just not what you're looking for. You can get run over by doing that. Yeah, this is spectacular. It's even better if we draw an untapped blue source, just like that. This is, on the draw, this is probably the most perfect hand you could ask for. Oh, that's slow. Okay. So now we play the Fetid Pools and say go. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not true. I think we play the Evolving Wilds. Yeah, that's what we do. Play the Evolving Wilds and we Revolt push their 3-drop. Or if they don't have a 3-drop, we just let it go. Play the island past the turn. Oh, maybe that was a mistake. If they play Chandra here, I'm in trouble. Okay, they didn't. I'm actually going to let this resolve, and in response to the trigger, sack, get an island, and fatal push. Our Essence Scatter is actually a little bit more valuable than fatal push. I can't imagine wanting to leave up both Negate and Essence Scatter, so we'll just play Fetid Pools past the turn. Now the reason to play Disallows a more versatile, especially post board, especially when you don't know exactly how they boarded, because it could be they could have boarded into a full-on control package, where Disallow is more versatile and tends to be much more useful. Which is why I'm going to blow a negate here. And if they negate back, I have Disallow. Precisely why. Okay, we'll let the negate resolve. And we'll disallow Chandra. Untapped land here would be the best. Not quite what I wanted, but we will play it. And hopefully they're out of action. Wasn't quite what I meant by hoping they were out of action. But alright. Sure. On a clock. Do we crack first? I think we do. Get another blue source. Now we illumination. Okay. I would like to see a Vraska's Contempt. Do this. Yeah, we'll opt. Field of Ruin to the bottom. Scarab God. Alright. Uh-oh. Well, I gotta counter that. I'm not gonna beat two of those things. Sure. Land. We are one land away from Scarab God, Reanimate, Glorybringer. If I don't get a chance to use Censor here, I will cycle it. Sure. Yeah, this is a decent clock. Gotta find an answer and quick. Sure. It's kind of rough. That represents two more flyers. Oh, nice. Alright, let's attack. I think we play fetid pools. Now, this by no means gets us out of any jams. And they may actually have a counter, but they don't. I'm not going to play the Scarab God. There's no point right now. Oh, great. No, there's no reason to play that right now. Disallow, that's spectacular. Now we'll do it. Well, we had a series of pretty good draws, especially Disallow was just one of the best draws we could have gotten after the after playing the Scarab God. Wow. Did they not even play that land? They didn't. And pass the turn. Sure. I think what can he do? He can abrade the Gear Hulk if I decide to bring it back. I think I like the idea of it. Well, yeah, I think this is a better idea. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So get back Gear Hulk. Fatal Push. Okay. Okay. On the Cub. See, I can go for it here. All I need to do is reanimate both Glory Bringers. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay. Oh. My opponent just conceded. Okay, he did. Alright. Awesome. We will see you guys in round 4. Hey, welcome to round 4. Blue-black control. Are we playing Teamer Energy again? We'll find out. No. We're going to go ahead and mulligan this. It's got lands and spells, just not what I'm looking for. Alright. Go ahead and keep this. Yeah, I'll keep Field of Ruin on top. What are we up against here? Oh, no way. Is it Teamer Energy? Well, I'm not going to speak too soon because I'm not quite sure if that's what we're playing. But I assume we'll find out here when our opponent plays a mountain into a Servant of the Conduit. Well, I got half of that right. Okay, let's see if we can continue our utter domination against Teamer Energy. He says as he gets crushed by Teamer Energy. Alright, we'll grab an island. Untap. Ow! Should grab swamp. Or, yeah, swamp. Alright, let's play Drowned Catacomb, pass the turn. I'd like them to not play something too threatening here. Okay, that works out great. I'll let that resolve. Now I can push and opt. Yeah. Sounds good, sounds good. Take 2. Now, you gotta be careful sometimes, because I have had it before where on the play they've gone turn 2 Servant, and, you know, just beat me forever with it. And the entire time I'm controlling the board, like killing stuff and countering stuff, and then all of a sudden I look at my life total and I'm at 6 because I've been beaten to death by a Servant of the Conduit. I would like double black, so that's why I'm playing the Field of Ruin here. So if for whatever reason they just brick and say pass, at least I have the option. I don't think it's particularly likely. Sure. I feel like a Warlord Virtuoso is incoming. Oh, guess not. Wonderful. Alright, so we're gonna hit one of these untapped sources. I said I wanted black, yes. I need black. Double black. It's very interesting. I'm quite surprised. That tells me that their hand is pretty expensive. I don't think they were... They probably could have played... Okay. Are they just jamming Scarab God? Yeah, I'm not gonna let that resolve. Sure. I think part of me wants to consign here. Nah. I feel like that's kind of a waste. Evolving Wilds. Yeah, that's fine. There's no real reason to... Oh, I suppose there was. If I decide to Hieroglyphic Illumination and do a Fatal Push, I could have played that all on his turn, but... Jamming of the Scarab God. Oh, for the love of God. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna Vraska's Contempt. Well, I could always Vraska's Contempt on my turn or Hyro on my turn. It doesn't really matter all that much. There's arguments to go both for either side, but I like this just fine. Yeah, I'll go get a, I'm gonna crack this. I don't really want to draw land. I'd rather draw some sort of action. That does qualify as action. Yep, we'll go ahead and play it. land. Holy crap. Didn't really expect all of that. Alright. I can get rid of that permanently. The problem is, I think I'd rather see some cards, to be honest. I can consign and then Oblivion. Alright, that's fine. I can always do that at instant speed too. After he crews and then I save myself a hit of damage. Alright. It's a very interesting build of 4-color energy. Alright. It's not like a spectacular hit, but... Alright, let's see what we got here. Trencher Gearhulk. Drowned Catacomb. No, I don't want that. Yeah, I can go in my graveyard. Yes, I will transform. And I will draw a Trencher Gearhulk. That is wonderful. This works out pretty good, actually. Now I have access to Trencher Gearhulk, Essence Scatter, Consigned to Oblivion. I have access to, I can play 2 spells regardless. So let's see what we got here. Okay. Interesting. I go to 6 if I take this, eh? Yeah, I kind of want to kill this pirate here. Sure. I think I'm just going to activate search. Put a Fatal Push in my hand. Yeah, okay, I like this. So we're gonna push here. Then I'm going to Oblivion the last 2 cards my opponent has. Okay, so he did have the Abrade. Now I have Essence Scatter / search. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and activate search. Okay, now I feel a little bit better about where we are in this game. I'll take Essence Scatter. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Now I actually have Trencher Gearhulk, Flashback, Hyro, and Search, as well as 2 copies of Essence Scatter. Feel pretty good right now about where we're at. If he drew a removal spell, this could be not the greatest. Okay. And we'll search. Take disallow. Awesome. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll play search. And start bashing. And I think this is the concession. Super. Alright. Let's go to sideboarding. I don't really feel like changing all that much, so... Oops. Come on. Monty's Last Reckoning. I feel kind of bad because you're not really getting to see the full potential of this deck. Now, they do have Planeswalkers, and yeah, so I think I saw Planeswalkers and Sky Sovereign, which is very, very strange. So I'm actually going to cut one Monty's Last Reckoning. I don't think I need two in this matchup, and play one copy of Duress instead. We'll see how that works. Sure, I'm okay with this. Mostly because of the island cycle. So I can cycle Hyro. I am looking, I do need a black source, but our deck is mostly lands. And by that, of course, I mean mostly spells. But we do run a lot of lands, comparatively. What 2-drop do they have? They have a Long Tusk Cub. So I am going to need this black mana relatively soon. We are going to cycle one of these Hyros end of turn here. Ugh, not what I was looking for. That is almost worse. Alright, cycle Hyro. That's not good. So he is going to be able to get a hit in with this Long Tusk Cub. Wow, we had 4 looks at lands there. Not one swamp. That's very unfortunate. Alright. Well, they are going to be able to get another hit. They are stuck on 2 lands, though. So there is some possibility. And we do have Essence Extraction to gain some life back. Drew all 3 fatal pushes. Okay, awesome. Now I feel pretty good about where we're at. I will wait. I'm going to wait until his turn. So I'd rather him use a counter on his turn. Alright, he's not going to bite. Oh, he might bite out some energy. He does too. Alright. Sure. I'm actually okay with that. I'll take 4. I think this disallow is going to be far too valuable, and I have 2 more fatal pushes in hand. I would like another black mana though. Then now I'll do this now. So I did get a counter out of my opponent's hand, which is nice. If he bricks on land again, I think okay, he doesn't. Oh yeah, that's fine. Darn. Alright. I like the fact that Servant's out there because it represents a really good essence extraction target. So does that though. Alright. I can't... Another untapped land, and I can actually flash back a Hyro, which is really nice. Alright. I am going against what I said before. Just because my life total is so low, I think I do need to protect it a tiny bit, and that's a really nice land for me. Maybe I should have... there was an argument I could have played a Scarab God there. I do feel pretty good now. Deathcord Scavenger, eh? Okay, in response, I'm going to Torrential Gearhulk. And I'm going to draw some cards. That really bugs me. I have clicked no many times. Those are legitimately the 2 best cards that I could have had off the top. So now on my turn, I'm just going to Essence Extraction this Deathcord Scavenger. Gain some life back, bash for 5, and then hold up Disallow. Well, we got kind of lucky that our opponent bricked on lands for so long. It gave us time to get the lands that we needed. I might get lucky if they go land into 4-drop and I can censor it. Or just censor the 3-drop. Yeah, I have legitimately no reason to play any more cards for the rest of the game. And this is pretty much locked up. And I just disallow their next play and bash for 5 more. opponent must be furious. Alright, well, UB Control continues its utter domination of Teamer Energy, or 4-color energy, depending on how you feel. I pretty much consider them to be the same deck, but that is 4 wins in a row, dropping only 2 games. And let's see if we can get that 5th win and close out the undefeated league. Hey everyone, welcome back for round 5. Blue-black control will be on the play. Let's see if we can close out this league with the 5-0. Against an unknown opponent, I'm going to keep this. And by unknown, I mean, of course, we're playing Teamer Energy. Lead off on island. Ooh, what is this? There are other decks other than Teamer Energy? Sorry about that, we got a little bit of construction going on here. We'll play search, say go. Ooh, Grixis. This might be that Grixis Thopters deck. No, I think we'll go ahead and keep that. At the very least, it's an action spell. Yeah, we'll just play Swamp and pass the turn. Double search in the opening hand is not exactly what you want to see. But I think 2 searches is better. 2 searches is better than no searches. Yeah, that's fine. We only got 1 energy, so it's not a huge problem right now. He can't draw in his upkeep. Yeah, I don't think we need that right now. I'm gonna start being a little bit more aggressive in what I've been with search. I do have a Trench of Gearhulk in hand. That's important to notice. Sure. Yeah, I'll let him attack. If I consign, he just replays it, and he's got 2 energy to draw next turn anyway. And I'd rather see what his next play is and possibly Vraska's Contempt something. Sure. Okay, so in response to the trigger, I'm going to Contempt it. And then before then my turn, I'm going to consign. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to draw Illumination. I'll play Field of Ruin. Okay, so this does change my play. I'll let him draw 1 card because I think playing Illumination is probably better. He did miss a land drop. That may have been an argument to consign. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 2. I'm gonna cast Illumination, see if I can find... Okay. I thought maybe I could find a Fatal Push, but it's fine. So you can make 2 Thopters. I have a land drop this turn. Disallow is a very powerful card. But I do have 1 already. No, I'm gonna hang on to Disallow. Maybe I should have binned it. I should be looking for removal at this point. gonna make a Thopter. Yeah. The Siphoner is really starting to bother me now, though. So I'm gonna Flashing Geralk and try. He more than likely has a removal spell. I think we can tempt. Sure. Yeah, I'll put that in my graveyard. Field of Ruin. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. Sure. No, I'm not gonna let this one resolve. I'll take 4. Do I consign the Warlord Virtuoso? I think I do. Now I get to flip search, providing I don't have a Torrential Gearhulk on top. Yes, that can go in the graveyard. I will transform search. Scatter's fine. And I'll pass the turn. I don't feel great about where we're at right now. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Take 2. I can activate search end of turn. Illumination. There is an argument to take the Essence Extraction, but I can find that again at some point. I'd rather refill my hand while my life's total is still reasonable. No, I'll take that. Alright, we'll just pass the turn. I'd rather take the hit off these Thopters in case he plays something more threatening like a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Oh, I'm a genius. And by that, of course, I mean I'm still very far behind in this match. Yeah, I could activate search here, but I think I'd rather just draw 2. Nice. No, I want to draw the island. Okay. Feeling pretty good about where we're at right now. Well, that's not true. I want to see if we make it through this turn without any shenanigans. I'll pretty much let anything resolve unless he taps out. Sure. Well, we're going to attempt to counter that. And if he's got another one, that's fine. Oh, okay. It's still not great, but considering I have to find an answer for it now. Meanwhile, these two Thopters are kicking my ass. Yes. No. And that's an answer. Do I play the fetid pools? I don't think I do. I'm gonna try and gain some life back. I wish this was an untapped source. But what are you gonna do? I don't like the fact that he's going to combat. Especially since I'm actually representing lethal. So we'll see. Really? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think I'll cycle. Haha. No, I'll draw that. No transform. Yeah. I think I'll just play it. There's pretty much nothing you can do at this point. Because I can reanimate Glorybringer, Warlord Virtuoso, block a Thopter. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'll bite. See what your last card is. Sure. And now okay, he conceded. So now all I had to do was animate one creature. Actually, I didn't even have to because the Trench of Gearhulk was in fact a zombie. Alright, so somehow we ended up winning that game. I really didn't think we were going to. This is kind of a zoo style deck that's probably going to bring in some counter magic. As upsetting as it is to me, I think we're going to sideboard much the same way we do for Teamer Energy. So we'll bring in the Bontu's Last Reckoning. Actually, I'm going to make one change. I'll cut one Essence Extraction, and I think I'm going to cut the Consign to Oblivion in this matchup. I think I'd rather have access to all 4 pushes because it kills more in their deck. Actually, that's not necessarily true, but I think Glintsleeve Siphoner is actually a much more problematic card. And they do play the Scarab God, but I'm going to bring these in for some of their counter magic. Actually, I think we'll just go all the way. Well, no, that's not true. I'll keep it a sensor. Oh wait, I don't think that's necessarily what I want. I think I'd rather cut a search for another negate. If I have a second, I'll do it, but it looks like we're going right to the match. Okay. That's fine. Oh, that's not a terrible hand. It's not a great hand. Let me make that very clear. You want to make this a great hand? A Fatal Push off the top. We've been running pretty hot lately, so... well, that's fine too, I guess. Sure. Let's see what we got here. Oh, the nuts. Ether Hub and the Glintsleeve Siphoner. I think he's more likely to play a creature this turn, so I think what I'm going to do is opt. I'm going to leave it on top just because it's a second blue source. If the next card's Fatal Push, I will severely regret that decision. I should probably not F6. Okay, he's got another land. Okay, not gonna play anything. That's fine. Yeah. My opponent is getting very far ahead on cards, which is not great for me, but I do have Bontu's Last Reckoning to help catch me back up at some point. Well, that's not a bad sign. Really. It's a very interesting play. I'm gonna cycle this Fetid Pools. Alright, that's fine. Keeping in those 4 fatal pushes is good in theory, if I can draw one. Two mana. Oh god, please don't be. Okay, that's fine. I'm actually just gonna let this resolve. Illumination's fine. Because I think my only hope here is to have him flood the board, and hopefully Bontu's Last Reckoning can get me there. Sure. If he plays a Glorybringer here, I may or may not counter it. Okay, well he's not. Sure. Sure. I would really like a land, an untapped land. I should have specified. Okay, that is an untapped land. This way I leave out Disallow for any scary follow-up plays he might have. The Dream Stealer is good to know about because that might be a reason to keep in the Consign to Oblivion. If he decides to do that this turn, I actually think I might tap out for Disallow. 6 mana. He does have it. Yeah. Okay, Vraska's Contempt's not bad. I'm not particularly interested in drawing more lands. So I think I'll use that to filter, and then the Fetid Pool cycles later on. I hope he doesn't have anything too scary this turn. Okay. That doesn't bother me a whole lot, actually. Oh, and he can't cast that. That's great. Play the Catacombs. And I'm going to Vraska's Contempt this right now. Good. Okay. Now I have the ability to negate or disallow something scary. I also have Cycle Fetid Pools end of turn, and then I have Torrential Gearhulk to catch me back up next round, or next turn. It seems, I think our opponent might be flooding out a little bit. Alright. Negate away. Looks like our opponent doesn't have any counter magic in hand, and oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus negate is what we have. Yeah, I'll cycle this. Cool. I'm gonna pass the turn. I think our opponent hit too many lands. And here's where we catch back up a little bit. There's the fatal push. I'd rather negate this. Oh, wow. Okay. We have a game. Kind of wish I drew a land there. Interesting. Very interesting. He's got 2 cards in hand. Alright. I do have negate, so at least for a little bit of protection. And I'd rather this not get countered. Censor's pretty useless here, so I will be cycling that end of turn. Drew another land. I don't think there's anything I can really do about that. Okay. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's cycle. Sure. Alright. Still in a bit of a tough spot right now. Okay. Oh, crud. I can actually beat this. So if I disallow, and then it's okay. Yeah, so I disallow as a copy, except it has no mana cost. Okay. Yeah. Well, you can't reanimate anything, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to take this. And now I fatal push this. Okay. I don't think that comes back to his hand. Alright, I'm going to grab the Warlord Virtuoso, get some energy. I don't need another one of these. I'd rather have a kill spell of some sorts. Essence Scatter, meh. Okay, yeah, so he doesn't get it back, which is really good. I can make a Thopter to block. Sure. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's Illumination. Awesome. I'll make the Thopter now. Good. That's fine. Just let it go. I don't really think I want Drowned Catacombs. Essence Scatter's fine. Well, let's see if you drew a counterspell. He did. Okay. I'm going to take a turn off reanimating stuff. I have a nice chump blocker here. But overall, I think I still feel pretty good. Yep. That works. Awesome. Okay. We're gonna get to flip search, which is really nice. So I think what I want to do is reanimate this Warlord Virtuoso. We'll scry here. Oh, scry 2, that's nice. Opt can go to the bottom. Disallow will keep on top. I should have stacked these differently. Yeah, I should have. That was wrong. Okay. Alright. Nope. We'll draw that. Yes, we'll transform search. We'll draw our disallow. Do we play the other one? We don't have enough. We do have enough to Essence Scatter and activate search. So we'll get in with the Thopter. His deck is filled with creatures. He should just be drawing them. Well, it's a good thing I kept that on top then. And we got it. That's lethal. Alright, we did it, the 5-0. The dream. Alright, let's talk, we'll talk about the deck a little bit. Basically, the deck performed exactly as we thought it would. Basically, dirtle, trade 1 for 1, get ahead with, make sure you hit your land drops. An early search is very good. pull ahead with some card draw from Hieroglyphic Illumination, and then get very far ahead by casting Torrential Gearhulks, eventually having enough mana to play Scarab God and reanimate whatever you want, and that's how you win the game. So let's take the sideboard cards that we saw in action were these ones. That was really it. I think we brought in Duress 1 or 2 games, but for the most part, all you saw were these. Which, you know, can't complain about, especially because, you know, with Teamer being so popular right now, you want a way to take it down, and with everybody calling for, you know, an Attune with Ether ban or something like that, to try to fix Standard. But this deck seems to be pretty good against it, and then we had the one off match against the Grixis deck, which we took down pretty easily. Alright, so let's open up some chests here as per usual. We're just gonna save some time, we'll open them all. Come on. Did Moto crash on me? Okay. Let's go. Something good, something good, something good. I don't think anything here is worth anything spectacular. That's not Leyline of Sanctity. Infernal Tutor. No. I don't know. We'll see if either of these are worth anything. I doubt it though. Ooh, a Braid. Alright, we got there. Sometimes there's some valuable commons, uncommons. But not in this one. 110 play points is not terrible though. Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Click like if you like this series. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell everybody you know that there are mediocre players playing Magic Online on atlascollectables.com that occasionally 5-0 with a deck that most people had written off, but seems to be pretty good against big bad Teamer Energy. Alright guys, until next time.